Hello everybody, Calvatron here with a quick F4 race around Tsukuba, top split today. Qualified in 12th place, so not the best qualifying, but I just struggled to find the pace around here in the F4 car. So we're getting into this race now. Turn 1, I mean pretty standard stuff. We're going to just play fairly defensive here and see what happens up into this curve now. We're going to just hang around the outside, make sure we go defensive for the next corner. It's a sweeping right hand. You need a lot of downforce around here, and the guy just completely turns into me. Kind of, I can't remember if that was him moaning on the radio, but as we come into this hairpin now for the long straight, we're going to just tuck into the back of Gillim. I think he's around 0.3 seconds, so if we just try and stick in that slipstream, we should be able to defend from Lorenzo fairly easily. We're now coming around the final bend here onto the back straight, or the front, I don't know, is that the back straight, the front straight, who knows. Anyway, onto lap 2. I think we've lost a few places that lap, or maybe not actually. I think, we're still 12th place. We're going to just, settle into this race now. Get some good lap times in, hopefully not cause any carnage. I mean, I'm hoping to get my safety rating a bit higher in this race, but you never know with F4. It's kind of carnage. I think in terms of iRacing, I don't think there's many other series that just cause complete chaos like the F4 race. But and again, we're coming onto the back straight. I'm just going to call this the back straight. I don't know if it is or not. Now we're about 0.5 seconds off Gillen, so we're keeping good pace. I'm aiming to keep my lap time under 53 seconds. I think that's a good time for me to aim for. I was racing with Oscar Piastri actually a couple of races ago, and all of last night, recording this on a Saturday afternoon, and he's fucking rapid, can't lie. He's putting in low 52s the whole session. Obviously won every race, but you know, he's an F1 driver. Coming around this bend now, again just keeping a nice half a second gap to Gillim. Take a lot of curve on that corner, not very good. That leaves Lorenzo a bit of space to kind of make a move on us. Is he going to? No, he's not. I think he's just prioritizing exit speed here. I mean, you need a lot of that with this F4 cars. They don't have a lot of power, and they're quite prone to lift off oversteers. So chucking it down the inside and hoping for the best just isn't very good around here. Normally ends up in a crash. A bit of foreshadowing there. On to lap 4 now. That was a high 53. No, that was a high 52. So, we're on track here. We're on track. What we want to do is just stick on the end of Gillen. Wait for a mistake really. Tsukuba is such a tight circuit. I mean, this 20-minute race, so we don't have to fly around the inside or shove it up or whatever. Make any moves that we don't need to. But we just settle into this race. I think a lot of iRacing, especially when you're on the F4 cars, where any kind of damage is just you have to pit. They're so quick to put the meatball flag out. A lot of it is just race management, settling into a groove, keeping focused. I've been thankfully, I'm very grateful to be able to get the Fanatec CSL DD with the McLaren wheel and the CSL load cell pedals matched with the Quest 2. That's my setup at the moment. So going from G29 single screen 21-inch whatever screen up to this is big upgrade for me. So I was definitely a bit faster on the single screen. I think I was really used to those pedals and that setup, but it feels so much better now. I mean, it's you can't really compare it. But we're on lap 5 on the back straight. 0.4 to Gillim. This is what I wanted. Another 52.8 last lap. Was that the same lap? I don't know. We're this corner here is it's good. If you hit the mark, if you hit what you're going for, then it's great. But if you don't, then you're going to lose a few tenths. Especially if you got some damage. I mean, whether that's side pod damage or front or rear wing, whatever you can get away with. I mean, I feel like that corner and the right hander coming up. Those are the two corners that if you have any form of damage. You scrub off so much speed. But you know, as I said, we're putting a 52.6 that lap. That's very good for me. I'm happy with that. Back onto the back straight again. It's just about managing that gap to Gilliam, 0.5. That's what we want to keep it. I mean, Lorenzo's 0.3 to me, and I think even 0.3 seconds is too far away to make a move around here. You really have to. I don't think you can throw it into any of the corners here. You have to kind of just pass on the straight. But we're going into turn 1 here. A good exit. Really getting a good feel for the F4 car around here. I think this track temp on this race was quite a bit lower than normal. Normally the sun's out, shining on the track. Today it's nice and cloudy. My Quest 2 I had the night mode on, don't know why, but that made it look very hazy. As Andrea locks up into that corner, he's going to definitely lose some time around there. Let's see if Baptiste can make any sort of move on him coming into this last sweeping right-hander. Doesn't look like it. I think he recovered, which was good because, you know, I think he's lost that slipstream to 8th place. But as you're going to see here, it's going to start getting a bit tasty with Baptiste and Gilliam. I mean, I think they're both clean racers. Both had a good race against them this race. Same cannot be said for Lorenzo. Again, just focusing on getting those good exits around here. Trail braking and those exit speeds are so important in these F4 cars. I mean, truth be told, I'd be in the Super Formula Lives round Interlagos this week. I think we're on week 4, I'm not too sure, but I don't own Interlagos, and I'm poor, so can't race around there this week. Going for the free circuit, but at least it means the participation's high. Although I don't know, because IR is like 2.4k. And these strength of fields are like 3,000. Some of them with Oscar Piastri, getting that in there again that I raced with him, my claim to fame. It was about 4 or 5k. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to be fighting for podiums or anything around here, but I'll take what I can, I can't lie. Samuel was getting a bit wound up there because he was being held up by someone. As I said before, it's just so hard to pass around here. It's so difficult. You have to utilise someone's mistakes, or you know, get lucky and just chuck out the inside, hope no one turns into you. I will say I feel like my awareness has gotten a lot better since using the VR headset. As Baptiste there locks up going into the corner, he makes his move going around turn 1. Very nice. Very glad there wasn't any contact there, but you know, now that they're battling around here, they're going to be just losing time to Andrea up ahead in 9th place. They're going to be going too wide around that corner. I had a race earlier where I did the same thing, and you know, kind of shit myself, but we made it through unscathed, and so did they. And who was that? That was Balaz. Balaz nearly, very nearly crashing into the back of me. I made it known. You know, that was a close one, Balaz. Watch out there, mate. And I don't think he tried again. But here we go, onto the main straight. I'm going to make a move up the inside of Baptiste here, but he's going to stick around the outside. You know, I think, you know, with this new VR headset, I don't know the limits, so I don't want to get too close to someone, especially with iRacing's netcode. You never know what can happen. But as we go into this hairpin, massive lock up there from Gilliam or Baptiste, one of the two, and they're going to go, oh no, they're not going to go too wide right around there. But are we going to be able to utilise on the battling on the back straight? We'll see. As we're going to chuck out the inside here, focusing on our exit speeds, but we can't try and go for a late apex there because Lorenzo's joined the fight. And what's going to happen here? I'm getting the slipstream. Oh, and he moves back in, and they both move over. Is it blocking? Not really. I guess not, because you know, they've got the slipstream there. They're just chasing each other. I get a much better exit down here on the front straight. And are we going to make a move down front of Baptiste? I think we are. We're going to try it because we've got Lorenzo sniffing around as well. So you know we got to make sure our nose is known to the car in front. And what's going to happen here? We're going to brake. Oh, really got to break brakes on. And Lorenzo. Silly, silly boy. That's Lorenzo's race over. You know, I made it known to him again. What is he doing? What is he doing? And I think that if his car didn't get jammed in the front of mine and stuck in, I wouldn't have front wing damage. But as I'll show you in a second, you know, I had some big front wing damage. Luckily, I didn't get the meatball flare because nothing was hanging off or anything like that. But that's all of our front downforce gone. You know, as you're going to see around here, there's so much understeer. We try and put any form of steering lock on understeer. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to check with my VR headset. I'm trying to check. Have I got any damage? Ah, and there, the Lorenzo. Thanks, mate. Just completely ruined our race. That was a fucking sick fight there. But what's he going to do? He's just going to leave. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. So what we got to do now is just settle into it. Damage control now. This happens all too often in iRacing. You know, you pay for the service, but unfortunately, crashes do happen. You know, I've caused a few of my own. We all have. It's just about keeping Adam behind. As the driver in front here, Dylan, locks up. Has he got damage? I don't think he did actually. I think. Oh, he might have done. He might have done because he locked up quite a few times, as you'll see. That's just about keeping Adam behind. He's 1.7 seconds behind in the white Red Bull livery. What's going to happen here? Now it's just about feeling the new statistics of the car, the new characteristics. We've lost so much of that front downforce that when we go into those braking zones, although my brake balance on this I think was set around 55. Another big lock up there from Dilling, but you know, with that front wing damage, we just can't make the gain on him. I mean, you know, we take that corner nicely, but just that lack of downforce on the front, pushing the car down. For some reason, you know, we're losing that corner speed. Well, obviously, I know why, because the damage. But we're 0.5 seconds behind Dylan now. Again, just giving a quick check. You can see the front left there is completely bent in. Thanks very much, Lorenzo, you green machine, just going into the back of me. I know it's very tight racing, so I can't be too annoyed. Obviously, it would have been nicer to just keep that going with Baptiste and Guillem. As we settle into this now, lap 15, I mean, it's just about seeing what we can do. As you can see, Adam's gained about a second on us. He doesn't have any damage. I think he just started further down, but you know, overall, can't be too annoyed because I was in 12th place before. Now I'm in 14th, so only a couple places lost, but it's more about the experience. That's what I was wanting, which we've lost out on. But again, Dylan locks up the wheels here, and I think this is where we really see the downfalls of iRacing's tyre models, kind of the age. I mean, for one, you can't any form of oversteer, and you're just fucked. You've lost the car completely. You're in the wall. You're having a meeting with Barrier. I think another thing is, you know, coming from games like Le Mans Ultimate, even AMS2, which I'm not a very big fan of. I'll give it a go here and there, to put a few laps in with the Formula Alpha or whatever it's called, the F1 car. But even on that game, you know, you lock up, you start getting vibrations through the wheel. Becomes quite uncomfortable and it just becomes easier to lock up again. But I think on this, you know, it's just more so the tyre temps. He spiked his tyre temps, which is what causing him to lock up. Is he going to lock up around here again? No, he links the apex there very nicely. He's doing a good job of keeping me behind. But as I said, you know, even in the slipstream, I'm not gaining any time just because of that front wing damage. Thanks, Lorenzo. We're on lap 17. Again, we're in the low 53s, mid 53s here. There's a yellow flag comes out. Baptiste, maybe something happened with him, which is a shame because you know, as I've been racing more and more around here this week or this weekend, I've slowly been gaining time. We're going back to iRacing's tyre model. It's just outdated, man. But there's no alternative really to online racing, I feel. Nothing beats it, and I think that iRacing to me makes me better at sim racing. When I play a lot of it, I can really tell in the other games. Although the tyre model is very outdated, even with the updates a couple of years ago, it does teach you a lot about tyre control, not tyre control, car control, sorry, got tyre on the brain. But whilst I was talking, Adam has got right behind us. Mark King's not very happy. Mark King 6.
You can't move over to the left when we're still there.
But as Tim's fence and lets him know, you can't move over. You can't move over in the braking zone. But you can't. Here you go, Adam. 0.3 seconds. He's going to make a move up here. I'm going to go. Am I going to go defensive? No, I'm not. I think 0.3 still quite far away. But you know that understeer really playing a part there. Struggling to get the car slowed down as well. But Dylan, he had a big lockup, and now he's 0.8 again. That exit, he had a good exit, even with the lockup. But again, here, look at the timing screen. I mean, Adam's gaining around that last sweeping right-hander. Just that downforce that I don't have. He's making the most of it. As he sticks around the outside here, he's going to make the move. He's alongside. He's alongside. I'm keeping him there. I'm going to squeeze him tight as I can. But I think the move's done. I think my fate is sealed. I think Adam's going to get around the outside of in the white Red Bull, which is a dangerous livery. You know, you can't get too close to these Red Bull liveries, or they'll just crash into you. But Adam, that's a very clean overtake. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it. It's not always you get a nice and clean battle. I'm not salty about earlier one. That's fine. We're on lap 19 here. Just checking my mirrors, appreciating the view in VR. Nothing comes close. It's a complete pain in the arse to set up, but you know, once it's set up, it is great. I cannot lie. Shaking my head there. 53.9. That's not very quick. Nice and slow. Big puff of smoke. Someone come off. At this point, you know, I'm in 15th place. I'm just hoping someone up ahead's had a crash so I can get 1 or 2 places, but it's not looking very likely as we've got Oystein behind us. 4.8 seconds. I think in the 2 or 3 laps that I've got left, I think I'm going to be able to hold him behind. As Adam and Dylan both lock up into that corner. Again, during the race, I'm just thinking, can I utilise this? Can I make any moves down here? Catch up, but again, it's just that lack of downforce. As you see around here, just the car just does not want to turn in. I'm forcing the wheel, heating those front tyres up. But unfortunately, we're just going to have to be consistent, stay in the 53s, see what we can do. The low-speed corners that don't use as much downforce, we can still kind of throw the car in. But that right-hander, although I'm keeping it clean around there, it's just the minimum speed so much lower now that I don't have a front wing. And Dylan again locks up. This is the issue I was talking about earlier with iRacing's tyre mod. You know, he's locking up every corner, and whether that's because he's flat spotted the tyres or overheated them, it just seems like he's not really, you know, being penalised for it. You've got to be so careful on the brakes with these F4 cars. They're so quick to lock up because you lose that front downforce. As you see here, you have to be very careful not to lock those front brakes up. Trail braking really important in this car. And with the G29 pedals that I had before, that was very difficult because I had the true brake mod. But that only works for about half the travel of the brakes, so my braking would be in 2 phases. Be an initial brake, initial cut off, and then a hold of the brakes, and then further bleed off the brakes. But with these CSL load cell pedals, you know, I've really been able to just nail in that trail braking. As we come around the final turn here, take a bit of curbing. You know, doesn't matter at this point. But we're on the white flag. We're on the last lap. 22 laps, or 23 laps around here, sorry. We just want to take it home now. Not take it home. Get the car home in one piece. Oyston 3.6 behind, so he's been slowly gaining. He's gained about 1.2 seconds over 4 or 5 laps, so maybe he has damage as well. Maybe he's just not very quick, but I was racing with him a couple of races ago as well. I think he may have made a couple mistakes, but I don't want to out him for it because he seems nice. As we come to the last straight here, Dylan and Adam ahead, 0.2 off of each other. I was thinking, oh, is Adam going to throw out the inside there? You know, he's got that Red Bull livery, but he chose not to. And that's probably for the best, but they're going to take 12 and 13th. I'm going to come home for 14th. Can't complain, and that is that. We've got a little bonus clip for you at the end here, speeding that up, but here's the replay. Better view of the fight with us in VR. You're just going to have to deal with it if you're watching it. And here we go, on lap. Who knows? I'm having a look around. Lap 11. Here we go. Here we go. Into the hairpin. Oh, and there's the lockup. There's the lockup. Here you can see it from a third person perspective if you're interested. We're going to take it nice and nice in there. Oh, having a look at the floor again. What I think I'm doing here is I'm looking for the car behind, because as you'll see, you can see, oh, onto the back straight. I get a better exit, so, you know, see you later, number 8. Lorenzo, that's the guy who crashed into me. Here we go. Here's the blocking. Is it blocking? No, I wouldn't say it's blocking. I wouldn't say it's blocking. As we go in the last corner here, we're going to keep our exit speed high. We want to get a better exit. Onto the main straight here. We're going to see if we can throw up the inside here. We've got a wing alongside the back wheel. We're going to say hello. Make sure that we're known. Make our car known. Make sure that, you know, we want that place. Oh, and we quit.